What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Michael Schenker's brand new album, Universal. So, my background with Michael Schenker is a little limited. I know the classic two UFO albums, Rock Bottom, Dr. Doctor, and the first Michael Schenker group album with Armed and Ready and Into the Arena, that one. I saw him on the 2020 70,000 Tons of Metal. He was a headliner. Admittedly, he was a little out of place there, but with all that said, this album was a very, very pleasant surprise. Even though it's a different style, it reminded me of Rat's Infestation in the way that a more classic act made what is undeniably a modern album. From the opening notes, there is a really good driving riff, not what you'd be expecting from someone at this point in their career, even a trailblazer such as Schenker. The production is undeniably modern. They're not trying to sound like the 70s. The drums are big and boomy. The guitar is very distorted for someone of his era. And Ronnie Romero's vocals, I believe he's the one who sang in the rebooted Rainbow a few years ago. These are just top tier, very modern, while still sounding like a classic. The songwriting is not at all a throwback. If you'd showed me the song Under Attack and asked me to guess who it was, I never would have said Michael Schenker. It's a very, very catchy song with, again, this modern twist to it that doesn't sound like an old school era trying to look back on its days. The song A King Has Gone. First thought, is this Mikkel Kiske on vocals? I Googled it. Apparently it is because, he has this undeniable voice. Here's a guy from the 70s picking up, admittedly, it's another German, but someone who was not a contemporary, who hit his heyday about 10 years after his, but he's singing on it. He's staying current. The song, The Universe. If you'd showed this to me without telling me who it was, my first thought was this sounds like one of Masterplan's slower songs. My classic image of Schenker is someone who kind of invented shredding with Rock Bottom, but it is still a rather dated style. This is anything but that, and I have to applaud him for keeping up with the times. Some other quick notes on some of the other songs. Long, Long Road. This is a really catchy song. I love the hell out of it. The song Wrecking Ball. This is Ralph Scheepers, right? From Primal Fear. Really good pick here. Very much enjoyed it. The opening to the song Au Revoir. This seriously reminded me of Eve of Seduction by Symphony X. That's like 30 years after Schenker hit the scene. Like, what the hell? And one last note. The bonus track Fighter is so good. This should have been a main album track. I don't know why this is a bonus. This has me extremely excited for the upcoming tour. I was not planning on going, but now I'm damn sure I am. What a wonderful effort from one of metal's finest classic acts. Good job.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.